From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Cascade Paint Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Happy Friday evening to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger. Thank you so much for joining us here on Weather NorCal. And we got a few things to talk about here. First of all, what a gorgeous Friday it was. It was temperatures in the mid-60s, even some upper 60s for some of the warmer spots here this afternoon in the valley. But we do have cooler temperatures this weekend, along with those gusty winds. Now, the winds will start to pick up tonight, and I think you'll really notice them tomorrow before slowly subsiding through the day on Sunday. Now, there will be some areas of showers and snow on Saturday, too. We'll take a closer look at that here in just a bit. Slightly warmer to start next week with those weaker winds, and then looks like maybe another chance for some showers for everyone by the time we get to the end of next week. So a lot to talk about, but let's take you through Krueger's QuickCast here for your Friday, January 24th. Just a quick look at tonight and tomorrow. As you can see here for tonight, there you've got the clear skies, still cold off to the north and east. I do expect those low to mid 30s here though, as we take you along the coast. Now out the door tomorrow morning, here you can see that we are going to be looking at temperatures in the valley at low 40s. Now places like the eastern mountains may actually see some snow, especially out towards say southern Lassen and into Plumas County as well. And then eventually even parts of the valley could see some showers. We'll get into that in a second, little teaser, right? But there you can see the wind advisory this weekend here. Here you can see where the strongest gusts will be, basically for the valley and for the foothills east of the valley, but even some pretty strong gusts off to the north and west of that. Winds not as strong, but gusty nonetheless for eastern Siskiyou and into Modoc counties. I mentioned the strongest winds will be on Saturday and then slowly subside through the day on Sunday. So once again, you look at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, look where the strongest winds are north, west side of the valley. Here's I-5, right? Look at Reading, 26 mile an hour gusts. Look at Chico, 12, right? So it just depends on where you are. But there you can see those downsloping winds along the for the foothills here. And then otherwise, the winds are strong, but not as strong as you look at the surrounding mountains and into the coast. But it kind of lights up here as we go through the day on Saturday. Saturday night, though, winds still very strong. But as I mentioned, going through the day on Sunday, those winds should start to subside. So the clouds that we saw here today, they're shifting southward. That's going to mean clear skies and cool conditions here for tonight. We do have an area of low pressure that's developing. It's pushing down to the south. That area of low pressure is responsible for the colder air. It's responsible for the winds and responsible for some showers and snow in the forecast. That's right, for tomorrow. All right, so here's 6 a.m. on Saturday. There it is, Plumas County, southern Lassen County, but even parts of Chico, Orville could see already some light showers. And then you can see it kind of pushes. Now notice it's coming from southeast, northwest. That's because the area of low pressure is to our south. It's the flow around that upper area of low pressure. Corning, parts of eastern and central Tehama County may see some showers, but looks like Reading just may dodge it. Look at just to the south of Bernie. This is actually the farthest north I've seen it so far in the forecast models. So Bernie, it's not out of the question for you to maybe even see some snow. Look at that, right? It doesn't last for very long though. 5 p.m. Saturday, around Corning southward, best chances for showers, maybe some snow developing on the west side. So in the foothills west of the valley, and still some snow coming in from the south and east. All right, here's Saturday night, still some snow to the east. You're still seeing some showers here. Now, we will still see, even into early Sunday morning, some of it working its way northward for places like Reading and Red Bluff. But we'll take a closer look at that in your deeper dive forecast here in just a bit. Here's what we have tomorrow. Again, starting off maybe some showers here for places like Chico, northward, even Red Bluff, but then north of that, it should be fairly dry. Dry for basically northern Lassen, Modoc, Siskiyou, Trinity County, the North Coast, all dry through the day tomorrow. Again, the best chances for any activity is going to be this general area right here. But colder too, highs only in the mid to upper 30s for the mountains north and east of the valley, mid 40s for your daytime highs in Trinity County. So your 7-day outlook for the valley. So you can see here for Reading, dry. Red Bluff, I've got you dry, but however, You saw that on Futurecast, maybe a chance for tomorrow afternoon, but the better chance will be south in Chico. Still windy on Sunday and dry through Wednesday, and yeah, maybe some more wet weather by the end of next week. For the coast, inland, and for Trinity County, you're dry all weekend long, but windy, dry through Wednesday, and then some showers entering the picture with snow levels 3,000 feet for Trinity County. For Siskiyou County, you'll be dry all weekend, as well as Modoc County, but for places like Susanville, yeah, you could see some snowflakes down to as low as 2,000 feet. Maybe even a light dusting of snow. Gusty winds through the weekend, dry through Wednesday, and then more snow and rain-snow mix for Thursday and especially going into your Friday. All right, that's a look at Krueger's Quick Cast. Before we go into the deeper dive, I do want to remind you that if you've got a free Weather NorCal app that you can download on your phone, your Android or your iPhone, just search for Weather NorCal, and there you've got it right there on your phone. Here's what I always say. If you don't like the app, take it off your phone. But I really do think you're going to like it because it's a hyper-local app. All right, let's start off again with those winds. Very gusty winds. As I mentioned, I think they'll be strongest on Saturday. But this weekend, things I'm concerned about with winds this strong is the potential for broken branches and downed trees, which could potentially lead to power outages across the region as well. And driving on those highways in particular, be careful passing big rigs because a lot of times these wind gusts can kind of push their truck into your lane. So you've got to be very careful and watch for that. So these gusty winds can create some dangerous situations. So that's what we've got here for tomorrow morning, especially north and west side. Again, we saw that, right? Where the strongest winds are in the foothills. Now it lights up even more at noon tomorrow. That's when I expect the winds to be probably at their peak, right? Because as we go into Saturday afternoon, you see how it starts to kind of break up a little bit here, but still some gusty winds across the area, even into your Sunday morning. But notice we're seeing less of the oranges and reds on the map. So the winds are starting to slowly subside. And that's the case even as we go into Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Look at this. Now we're barely getting into some of the greens and yellows. So now it's more like 15 to 25 miles per hour. So still some strong winds, but I think the strongest will be Saturday, and then Sunday those winds will slowly subside. The clouds we saw today, they're pushing southward. We're clearing things out here for tonight at least. And then, of course, making for a cold night. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast here, a closer look. We're going to stop it here at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Again, it's central Lassen County, southward into Plumas County. Even some snow off into the eastern portions of Tehama and Butte County. And there are some of those light showers possibly as early as tomorrow morning for places like Chico. Now, again, you see we're on the north end of that flow of that area of low pressure. So that's why these activity is coming in from the southeast, working its way northwest, and then eventually just kind of working away around that area of low pressure. So noon, some showers for Butte, maybe even Glenn County, some snow off to the northeast of that. But look at everywhere else. It's dry. It's even clear, right? Then we go into Saturday, 3 p.m. Now, here's the thing. This latest forecast model is taking all of this activity to the farthest north that I've seen it so far. So what that would mean is, yeah, maybe some showers for Red Bluff tomorrow afternoon, maybe even some snow around the Bernie area. That's not out of the question. Redding still looking fairly dry. Now, I will say this. If you see a passing sprinkle in Redding, don't be surprised, but I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans. And really, honestly, even to the south, I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans because this is not very heavy rainfall. Now, notice by 6 p.m. Saturday, we're starting to lose a lot of that energy, right? But look at this. After 10 o'clock on Saturday, we see another last little push come in. And look how far north it goes. Red Bluff, maybe Redding by Sunday morning. I think this will be the last push because look what happens. It just completely dissipates by the time we get into Sunday afternoon. I wouldn't count on that rain for Redding, by the way, or even Red Bluff Sunday morning, but again, something worth watching. Be sure to keep watching Chase Wilson over the weekend. He'll keep you updated on that as well. But again, you can see by Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and Monday, we're going to be looking at those dry conditions here, and that'll continue at least through the middle of next week. Rainfall totals, of course, it's nothing impressive. And it's not going to be a lot of rainfall. But yeah, we may see some light measurable rainfall in some areas, especially around Chico and Willows, where you can see maybe a couple of hundredths of an inch of rainfall at most, and then most likely maybe a trace out towards Red Bluff, and again, possibly a sprinkle near Reading, but that's about it. As far as snow is concerned, what we're really going to see is the concentration where I've been talking about, mainly for central Tehama County, Lassen County, southward into Plumas County, but even coming into parts of eastern Tehama, eastern Butte County, and even southeastern Shasta County, seeing the potential for some light snow. As you see here, it's basically less than an inch of snow. So we're talking about basically a light dusting of snow for some of these areas. But you do see over some of those higher mountain peaks, we are seeing the potential of seeing anywhere from, say, 4 to maybe 6 inches of snow. But again, that's going to be in some of those highest elevations. All right, so what can we take a look at? What can we expect here, that is, when we look at the longer range? Well, again, here's the overall setup over the weekend. So we took a look at where the rain and snow is going to be. Now let's talk about that setup for the winds, because that low pressure here to our southeast, high pressure to our northwest, classic setup for gusty winds on Saturday. Now this will all shift southward. The winds start to subside. This all moves eastward and the winds start to die down. Now I do expect it may still be a little breezy on Monday. Then by Tuesday, Wednesday, high pressure in place, temperatures increasing. We're looking at mainly sunny skies. Now, the forecast models have been kind of going back and forth on when this line comes in. Could be as early as Thursday. This model wants to wait until Friday before that rain begins to kind of kick in. And it's even kind of holding off until, say, Friday night. However, you look at the European forecast model, it gets a little bit more aggressive with this on the timing of it. So again, I'm going to keep the chance for showers in there for Thursday, but keep in mind the long-range forecast models are now kind of pushing more towards Friday before we start seeing any of that measurable rainfall across the board. But check this out. The long range for January 30th, so as we wrap up the month of January going into the first week of February, wetter than normal conditions. How nice is this to see? We're finally seeing those better chances for showers here in the forecast as we wrap up January going into February. All right, let's take a look at those wave heights. They're pretty high through the day on Saturday. There actually is a gale warning tonight. That may be extended into tomorrow, but by Sunday, those wave heights will start to drop. All right, so here's your marine forecast for your Saturday. North winds at 20 to 25 knots. There you can see your waves. Now again, I've got that gale warning in there for tonight. And then, of course, by tomorrow morning, they may reissue that, or maybe it'll be a small craft advisory, because, of course, you saw the wave heights are still pretty high even through the day on Saturday. All right, so again, a quick look at tonight. Upper 30s to around 40 in the valley. Teens and 20s to the north and east of the valley. Teens and 20s for Trinity County, and low to mid 30s. So it's going to be a cold, cold night for many of us. All right, so here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast for your Saturday. Temperatures in the mid 40s, 44 degrees for Trinity Center, 44 degrees, 45 in Ruth, that is. Windy, dry through the weekend for Weaverville. It's not until Thursday, Friday, somewhere around that time frame, that we do start to see snow levels down to 3,000 feet, otherwise showers for places like Weaverville and Hayfork at that time frame. For the coast, windy, you're looking at that chance for showers here by Thursday, and especially going into your Friday, and that's the case for everybody. The best chances will be on Friday, but I'm keeping that slight chance in there for your Thursday. Otherwise, again, it's warming up a little bit inland here for your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before cooling off again toward the end of next week. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, those temperatures in the 30s and 40s. It's going to be cold tomorrow. I mean, you're only getting up to 38 degrees for Mount Shasta City, 38 for Fort Jones, Etna, only about 36. For Modoc County, same situation, low to mid 30s. Cedarville, you may struggle to get above freezing tomorrow for your daytime high. Look for a high of 36 for Alturas, 36 for Aden. Windy, dry through the weekend, through Wednesday, and then maybe that chance for some snow out towards Thursday and especially Friday. For the eastern mountains, you can see temperatures also cold. I mean, look at Westwood, only 30, 36 for Chester, 35 in Mineral, 33 in Janesville. You head out to Paradise, though, much warmer, with a high of about 51. Paradise, you may see a shower, by the way, for tomorrow afternoon, much like that of Lake Chico. Of course, windy. There's the snow for Susanville tomorrow. We've got the windy conditions continuing on Sunday and dry through Wednesday, and then, of course, that wet weather possibly by the end of next week. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south, brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. Corning, southward. All of these areas, actually, all the areas that you see on the map here, a chance for showers tomorrow. And windy. Now, is it going to be heavy? No, not heavy rainfall, but yeah, looking at a chance for some of those showers off and on through the day. Windy conditions Saturday, windy on dry on Sunday, dry through Wednesday, then more showers possibly by the end of next week. Now, if we take a look at the valley to the north, Red Bluff, yeah, you may see some showers. As you start heading north of that, the chances are slimmer. But again, don't be surprised, especially say Redding, Anderson, Cottonwood, even Palisadro. If you see a stray sprinkle late in the day tomorrow into early Sunday morning, don't be surprised. Don't be alarmed. Don't be concerned that it's going to be a heavy rainfall, because it won't be anything near that. And of course, cooler as you head up north. 50 for Lakehead, 51 for Whiskeytown. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. There you can see windy over the weekend and mostly dry. Okay, and then we go into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're warming up a little bit here with those winds dying down, low 60s, and then that chance for showers. As I mentioned, the chances for showers on Thursday will be slimmer at this point than what we expect on Friday. Again, the forecast model has been going back and forth. So there's a very good chance that even tomorrow morning, Chase may have a different solution there, because again, it depends on what the forecast models are saying in the longer range. But bottom line, we've got the potential for a wetter pattern moving in near the end of next week and into the first week of February. Well, that is your evening update. Thanks so much for watching. Of course, be sure to check in tomorrow morning with Chase Wilson. He'll have your latest updates through the day on Saturday and Sunday, and I'll be back again on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Caltrans is doing the best that they can with the amount of people and the amount of equipment they have, and they're out there trying to keep the roads safe and trying to keep everybody running, because if the roads shut down, truck drivers that are paid by the miles aren't making any money. So we want everybody to put chains on for the safety of themselves and the safety of the public. It's not worth it to drive without chains.